Reborn, I decided to put my sister's name on the marriage application. This time, I'll make it easy for Henry. In this life, I beat him to it, dressing my sister in the bridal gown, putting the engagement ring on my sister's finger. I personally orchestrated every encounter between him and my sister. When he took my sister to the capital, I unhesitatingly headed south to a university. All because in my previous life, past middle age, he and our son were still on their knees begging me for a divorce, to grant him and my sister their final wish. Living again in this life, I only want to spread my wings and fly high, ignoring love.
Just fill out your name and give it me.
Henry tapped the table impatiently. I stared at the marriage application, my fingertips lightly rubbing against the rough edge of the paper, my thoughts drifting. In my past life, I had filled in my own name, as solemnly as if holding a sacred decree, then happily dragged Lou Heoksuan off to buy wedding candy, only to be harshly scolded by him, because he was in a hurry to get back, and make brown sugar water for Hazel.
Gotta.
Glancing up at his anxious expression, and the hand that kept checking his watch. Today he wore a white shirt, sleeves rolled to his elbows, revealing well-defined forearms.
If you're busy, go ahead. I'll fill it out and submit it myself.
He visibly relaxed with relief.
Don't worry. Since we're getting married, I'll take responsibility for you. But don't be jealous of Hazel anymore. It'll hurt her reputation if people find out.
I remained silent. I had explained countless times in my past life, but in his eyes, I was just a jealous, petty older sister. He said nothing more and hurriedly turned to leave. I took a deep breath, trying hard to calm my frantic heartbeat, but the memories of my previous life kept flooding back. Then, right before his death, our son still tried to persuade me.
Auntie, in any way. Dad has been with you for so many years. You should let go.
I looked at my indifferent husband by the hospital bed. He didn't say a word. That deathly silence was his tacit agreement. I bit my lower lip hard until I tasted a hint of blood, before slowly letting go. No, in this life, I won't repeat the same mistakes. I picked up the pen and slowly wrote 2 characters in the applicant field. Hazel. Henry. Since you love her so much, have it your way. I handed the completed application to the clerk, took the marriage certificate, and turned to leave the Civil Affairs Bureau. I wasn't sad. Instead, I felt an indescribable sense of in my past life, after our parents died in the line of duty. Hazel and I were taken in by the Liu family. Hazel had a sweet tongue and knew how to win people over, charming Henry, parents, even more than their own daughter. His mother had long intended for Hazel to marry Henry. Hazel, they said, I don't want to compete with my sister, which made Lou Henry willingly marry me. In reality, she was just stringing him along, because back then, Henry was only a company commander, and she was waiting for someone better. I went to the school to ask about the preparations needed for university, including tuition and living expenses, before feeling relieved enough to head back. Returning to Henry, family quarters, I'd barely entered when I heard Hazel, coquettish voice, Zwanch,
Bring it back to be served me so in just all.
I'll be with her any time, but you every month get bad cramps. I can't leave you alone.
Hazel laughed happily, then put on a forlorn look.
After you marry, is still good to me?
Of course.
Henry said firmly.
Jay else would I be good to? Your sister treats you badly, I'll divorce her.
I clenched my fist tightly to hold back the overwhelming sadness. So even living again, hearing my husband speak so coldly of me still hurt. I composed myself and walked inside as if nothing was wrong, and came out of Hazel's room, with an awkward look on his face.
I just checked on Hazel. She wasn't feeling well.
I hummed faintly and turned to go to my room.
In my past life, I fought with him countless times over their inappropriate closeness. This life, I won't waste time or energy.
Called out to me.
Rose, should we buy wedding candies for the military wives?
He's trying to compensate for not arguing. No need. No point in formalities.
He paused, probably finding it hard to imagine that I would refuse such an offer. Hazel came out of the room, all aggrieved and innocent.
Is sister mad because brother took care of me? I saved for half a year to buy that.
Seeing my gaze, Hazel explained nervously.
I thought it looked nice on your bed. Tried it on. Forgot to take it off.
Rose, don't...
It looks good on you. Keep it. I never wore it anyway.
I could smell the faint scent of blood and sweat on that linen dress. Under their astonished gazes, I went back to my room and locked the door.
I loved the South in my past life, especially this major. I gave up school for Henry, stayed home to serve his family. This life, just in time. I want to live for myself. 10 more days till I leave. Time is tight, but I must hurry.
A sudden knock at the door made me open it impatiently. Lou Heoksuan stood there holding a bowl of noodles, his voice gentle.
Hungry? I made you noodles.
For a moment, I was dazed. In my past life, he was either icy cold or vicious with his words. It had been a long time since I'd seen this tender side of Lou Heoksuan.
No thanks. I ate out.
That can't be. Since when are you willing to spend money?
His words stung. I used to be frugal, saving most of the money I earned from odd jobs to spend on him, to buy him things. Now I was going to university, and there were so many expenses. I had to count every penny. I looked up at him, my voice calm.
I gave you 50 yen a few days ago for wedding supplies. You never bought them. Give it back.
He paused, then explained awkwardly.
I used it to buy leather shoes for Hazel.
I couldn't help but sneer.
Same old thing. So boring. If nothing else, I'm going to bed.
I'll pay you back tomorrow.
His tone held a hint of anger.
We're married. Must you be so petty?
I couldn't help but snort.
So I can't even mind you spending my hard-earned money on someone else?
Knowing he was in the wrong, he still stubbornly muttered.
Unreasonable.
I couldn't be bothered to argue further, and slammed the door shut. Over the next few days, I sold off some worthless belongings, those memory-filled tokens from my past life. Now, they just seemed like cheap trash. I packed them all up and sold them cheap to a junk dealer, getting a bit of money in return. That afternoon, while I continued packing, Henry stood in front of me, holding 50 yuan, his tone stiff.
Here's your money.
I took the money and nodded.
Thanks.
He looked at me, his gaze complex, then fell on my packed luggage.
I'm taking Hazel to Beijing with me first. Stop packing.
I didn't stop packing, just nodded. He seemed a bit unsettled by my attitude, looking uneasy.
What's wrong with you lately? You're like a different person.
I turned impatiently.
I don't want trouble. Henry doesn't love me, but if he finds out I put Hazel on the form, he might make remarry him. I don't want anything to do with this poor. Nothing much. I'm just getting my things ready. You sent you leave for the capital. I will move back to the sun side.
It's not that I don't want you to come with me. Hazel has never been to the capital and wants to see it. I'll come pick you up in a few months.
I nodded absently. In my past life, he never sent for me for 8 years. Not until Hazel married a high-ranking military officer in the capital did he, disheartened, finally bring me there. He seemed uncomfortable with my demeanor. Usually, whenever we were alone, I would chatter incessantly. Now that I was being sparing with my words, he seemed restless.
Didn't you always want to take wedding photos? Let's go to the photo studio tomorrow.
No way. I plan to buy some necessities for university tomorrow. Just as I was about to make an excuse, Hazel came in.
Henry, what photo studio? Hazel wants a picture too.
Henry smiled and ruffled Hazel's hair.
We'll all go together tomorrow.
You two go ahead. I'm busy tomorrow.
Lou Heoksuan frowned.
What's more important than taking wedding photos?
We're going first. I'll go shopping with you later. Listen to me and be good.
Sister, you're not avoiding me, are you?
Hazel whined.
Fine.
Early morning, I hear Henry begging Hazel to get up in her room.
I'll make it up to you later.
Early the next morning, the bright red numbers on the calendar reminded me, 4 days left.
"4 days and I'm free of this."
Just as I was growing impatient waiting, they finally dawdled out of the room. Henry felicitously fetched hot water and personally washed Hazel's face.
I was blind to think he'd treat me like this if I married him.
As I was lost in thought, Henry walked up to me awkwardly, holding a ring in his hand.
Sister Joe said married people wear rings. I bought you one.
I didn't take it.
This rings and never existed in my past life.
Hazel immediately pouted when she saw it.
Pretty! I want one too! Give it to her then.
Stop it! This is our wedding ring!
Hazel snatched the ring, slipped it onto her own finger, and waved it in front of Henry.
Henry,
Do I look good?
Henry looked at Hazel. Then he turned to me guiltily and whispered.
I'll buy you another one next time.
I shrugged indifferently.
I've heard too many of his promises. None kept.
At the photo studio, Hazel went first, even taking several couple-style shots with Henry. When it was my turn with Henry, the photographer had just raised his camera when he awkwardly lowered it.
Oh dear, sorry, we've run out of film.
I was secretly thrilled, but my face showed nothing.
Oh, well, forget it then.
Walking out of the studio, Henry pulled a train ticket from his pocket and handed it to me. It was a standing ticket to the capital.
I didn't mean to leave you. I'll settle in Beijing and wait for you.
3 days and nights to Beijing. How does he think I can stand? And there's only one military spouse spot.
Where does he expect me to live? Asking now won't help.
Seeing me accept the ticket, Liu Heoxuan visibly relaxed.
Don't worry. Even if you don't live in the compound, you're my only wife. I'll treat you hell. I only see Hazel as a sister.
My expression softened slightly. When had he ever spoken such soft words before? Suddenly, a sedan car careened out of a corner, heading straight for us. In the confusion, someone shoved me, my eyes fixed on the car heading towards me, but my body was frozen in fear. The car swerved sharply, hit me. The pain made my vision go dark, cold sweat pouring down my back. The driver scrambled out of the car, stammering,
Miss, are you okay?
A crowd slowly gathered, pointing and murmuring. My gaze cut through the crowd of onlookers and locked firmly on Henry. He was holding Hazel in his arms to comfort her.
He didn't notice me at all. Or he did and just didn't care.
A bitter smile tugged at my lips, and the last trace of hesitation in my heart faded away completely. So this was what he meant by, I'll treat you well from now on. The driver took me to the hospital. After a full checkup, I was lucky to only have superficial wounds and a slight displacement of internal organs. Lying in the hospital bed, my body ached all over, yet oddly enough, my heart was calm. Night fell. Henry walked in with a tired look on his face. Seeing I was awake, a flicker of panic crossed his features.
Rose, how are you? Are you feeling better?
I stared at him coldly and said nothing. He rubbed his hands nervously and explained awkwardly,
Hazel was too scared. I stayed with her the whole time, so...
That's why. Faced with my stare, he trailed off awkwardly.
Rose, it happened so fast. Hazel was close,
Struggling to find the right words.
I didn't know you'd get hit.
I cut him off.
When are you leaving for Beijing?
Tomorrow.
I see. I want to rest. Leave.
I closed my eyes, dismissing him. Henry tried to say more, but eventually took the hint and left. The next day, Mother Lu came. She wore a warm smile.
Rose, Henry sent me to look after you. Are you feeling better?
Much better, thanks, Mom.
She served me soup while chattering on.
Henry's so clumsy. Hope he can take care of Hazel.
Mid-sentence, she seemed to realize something, and fell silent in embarrassment.
Mom, the one marrying Henry is Hazel.
Mother Lu froze, stunned for a long moment before she found her voice.
What?
I put Hazel's name on the application.
Shock washed over her first, then gave way to wild joy.
Rose, you're such a good girl! Mom knew you're sensible. Rose, thank you. Thank you for letting them be together.
I smiled faintly and said nothing. Let them be together.
Let them? I'm only setting myself free. She always wanted Hazel. Even when I cared for her devotedly, she left everything to Hazel in the end. Mom, don't tell Henry or Hazel yet.
Sure. Mom understands. What will you do now?
I'm leaving in a few days.
Do you want?
I didn't reveal my exact destination. Margaret wanted to ask more, but her mind was full of their wedding. I closed my eyes and pretended to be asleep. On the day I was discharged, I didn't notify anyone. Before leaving, I wrote a letter to Henry.
Henry, when you read this, I'm on a train south. Between us, it's over. I wish you happiness.
I put the letter, along with the train ticket to the capital, and the marriage certificate into an envelope, and sent it to the address in the capital. Dragging my suitcase, I headed straight for the train station. Shenzhen's air was humid and warm. Standing in front of Shenzhen University, I felt a bit dazed. Walking on campus, I actually felt reborn. During the day, I sat in the classroom, listening attentively, absorbing knowledge. At night, I worked at a small restaurant, waiting tables, washing dishes, my back aching. But this exhaustion felt solid. A month later, I gradually adapted to this busy yet fulfilling life. Then I saw Henry downstairs at my dorm.
Rose! How could you? Why put Hazel on the form? Why not come to Beijing?
His voice was full of anger and confusion. I looked at him coldly.
I don't want a husband who only loves someone else. It's sick. It hurts.
You never talked like this before.
I turned my face away. I didn't want to look at him. Another second.
Henry, I just want to study and start over. Hazel is who you always wanted, isn't she? Cherish each other. Leave me alone.
I only see Hazel as my sister!
I sneered.
What kind of brother and sister secretly hug and kiss?
Once, I caught him stealing a kiss while Hazel was sleeping. I could never forget the tenderness in his eyes.
I didn't mean to scare you. And leave her alone. She didn't do anything wrong.
It's disgusting, Henry. Her brother?
Leave me alone.
Just let it go.
His face turned ashen, but he didn't know what to say. I remembered when we first arrived at the Liu house as children. The fear of being dependent made me often afraid to eat my fill. One night, starving, I snuck into the yard to eat leaves. Henry saw me. He shared his snacks with me and comforted me, saying,
"Don't be scared, Rose. I'll protect you."
That warmth at that moment made me fall for him step by step. So, even though Henry didn't love me initially in my past life, I was willing to marry him. For the next few days, Henry still loitered around the school. I deliberately avoided him, not wanting any further interaction. But I never expected him to go to the principal to try and get me expelled. When I was called to Principal Davis' office, Henry was sitting there stiffly.
Hey, what out?
You guys.
Henry, what exactly do you want? On what grounds do you demand I drop out of school?
He stood up, walked over, and reached for my hand. I stepped back sharply, avoiding his touch.
I want you to come back with me.
Go back? Go back and keep watching you dote on Hazel?
His face stiffened, then he snapped angrily.
Rose, don't talk nonsense. We're still husband and wife. What do you mean by moving all the way south and keeping us long distance?
I was almost speechless at his shamelessness.
Henry, your legal wife is Hazel. Her name is on the marriage certificate, and she is the one you truly yearn for.
His face turned purple with rage, and he ground his teeth.
That was a mistake! Mistakes must be corrected!
My past behavior misled you. I won't do that again.
My heart turned cold. I'd heard this line before, in my past life. And he'd still ended up all lovey-dovey with Hazel. I turned to Principal Davis, speaking earnestly.
Principal Davis, I truly wish to continue my studies here. Please don't make me drop out.
Principal Davis looked at me, then at Henry, thought for a moment, and said,
Since you have no legal ties with student Rose, you can process her school withdrawal.
I sighed with relief. Henry tried to say something else, but Principal Davis cut him off.
If you have no other business, please leave. I still have work to handle.
After that, Henry kept pestering me constantly. I was disturbed all the time, and my study efficiency dropped a lot.
What gave me even more of a headache was that Hazel also showed up.
Divorce me, brother frisk me. I don't want to steal you from my sister. I'm such a vagrant. I'm sorry, sister.
She tugged at Henry's sleeve, sobbing uncontrollably. Henry, pained, pulled her into his arms and gently patted her back.
Don't cry, Wick. This is not your fault. It's all my fault for wronging you.
Hazel cried pitifully, making as if to kneel before me.
Don't kneel. It's all my fault. His wrist beggared. I got her my tresses.
More and more students gathered around, pointing and whispering. I couldn't be bothered to watch the farce any longer. I turned and left. If they want to act, let them. I'm not playing along anymore. A day. I threw myself back into my studies, joined the university's math club, and met Ethan Green. He was tall and slim, wore black-rimmed glasses, and had a sunny smile. He was great at math and often tutored me. As time went on, we got to know each other. Just when I thought my life was finally on track, Henry's letters arrived, one after another, relentless. Rose, are you still mad at me? I know I was wrong. Please come back. Rose, Hazel is pregnant. The baby is mine. Rose, isn't your sulking lasting a bit long? What do you want me to do for you to forgive me? I tore his letters to shreds and threw them in the trash. I don't know, what makes him think I'd change my mind now? Thick skin, probably. The restaurant where I worked part-time smelled of cooking oil. I was busily cleaning tables. I looked up and saw Ethan sitting in a corner. He gave me a small smile. I avoided his gaze and continued working. When my shift ended, he was still sitting there.
Let's grab something to eat.
He pointed to the seat across from him.
No thanks. I've already eaten.
I declined, but my stomach chose that moment to let out an embarrassing rumble. He chuckled softly.
There's no need to be shy. Take a seat.
I ate with my head down, completely forgetting my manners.
Slow down, no one is rushing you.
Halfway through my meal, I felt a tickle on my nose. Looking up, I saw Ethan smiling at me, holding a grain of rice between his fingers.
Is your face also hungry for food?
He teased. My face flushed bright red, and I looked down in embarrassment. I knew he liked me. His eyes didn't hide it. But right now, I just wanted to focus on my studies. Everything else could wait. Winter break arrived. Margaret Luss' phone calls came one after another, urging me to come home for the new year. After all, they had raised me. I couldn't be completely heartless. After much thought, I bought a ticket, packed gifts, and returned to Sean City. I'd barely stepped through the Liu family's front gate when I heard sharp yelling.
Henry, what do you mean? I'm carrying your child. I won't be treated like this.
I was stunned. Hazel, heavily pregnant, was screaming at Henry. Henry's face was ashen, but he didn't dare talk back.
How could you do this to me?
Henry carefully helped Hazel sit down.
It's embarrassing you're still only a company commander. Did you spend money on my sister?
Henry's face changed.
Don't talk nonsense. I have nothing to do with her anymore.
Don't think I don't know you keep writing to her secretly.
You don't have me in your heart at all!
Hazel wailed, beating her fists against Henry's chest. Henry looked very impatient.
Dad did not call you! I didn't!
I stood at the door, watching the scene before me. It was absurd and laughable. In the end, he was just someone who wanted what he didn't have, fundamentally unfaithful. Margaret Liu was the first to notice me. She took my hand, her tone a bit ingratiating. I pulled my hand back and said calmly,
I'm tired. I want to go back to my room to rest.
Margaret's expression froze for a second, but she didn't say anything else, just turned back to coaxing Hazel in a low voice. A far cry from the overbearing mother-in-law I remembered from my past life. Back in my room, I pulled out a New Year's gift from Ethan from my luggage, a red cashmere scarf. I wrapped the scarf around my neck, looked at myself in the mirror, and felt the corners of my mouth lift involuntarily. That evening, there was a knock at my door. I opened it to find Henry standing there, looking haggard and uneasy.
Ranran, I need to talk to you.
He rubbed his hands together, gathering his courage.
You've always been the one I want to marry. I've always been waiting for you.
Hazel.
Temper is getting worse, and she spends money recklessly.
Do you even believe what you're saying? You waited for me while getting Hazel pregnant? What do you take me for?
His face flushed red, panic filling his eyes.
There's nothing to explain. You have a child with Hazel now. There's nothing more to talk about. Wish you two a long, happy life.
He was silent for a few seconds, as if remembering something.
I've been having dreams lately. Dreams of marrying you.
He paused,
You were
a hint of pain in his voice.
You were gentle and virtuous, taking care of my parents at home. But in the dream, I only had eyes for Hazel, neglected and hurt you. I'm a total bastard. I even forced you to divorce me for our son's sake.
I was surprised. He was dreaming about our past life. He covered his face painfully.
I'm sorry for the you in the dream. I want to make amends.
I suppressed my raging anger, my voice icy.
If you really want to make amends, live a good life with Hazel. Don't come near me again. It's better for both of us.
His eyes dimmed, a hint of reluctance in his voice.
But I still think you should be my wife.
My patience finally ran out. I directly showed him the door.
Henry, you should leave. This is not your place.
He stood up dejectedly and walked heavily out of my room. I watched his back, not a ripple of emotion in my heart.
Past life or present life, he always wavers between two women, greedy for everything. Since Henry and Hazel are staying here, I have no reason to remain. The Liu family was never my home.
The next morning, I packed my bags and knocked on Margaret's door. I slipped a bank card into her hand and said calmly,
Auntie, thank you for raising me all these years. The money in this card is my savings, as repayment for your upbringing.
I can't take this.
Please take it.
I picked up my luggage.
I have school matters to attend. I'm leaving now.
With that, I left the Liu house, without looking back. Not a trace of regret. The ticket window line was long. By the time it was my turn, tickets to Shenzhen were sold out.
The next available ticket is 2 days later.
I ran my hands through my hair in frustration.
Where can I stay now? I can't sleep on the street.
Just as I was at my wit's end, Ethan appeared in front of me, carrying several large bags. His face lit up with a surprised smile, and he walked over quickly. I was also a bit surprised, smiling as I greeted him.
Rose.
Ethan, you're from Shawn City too.
Yay. And you? You don't have anywhere to stay. Why don't you come to my house for the new year?
I was taken aback and quickly waved my hands.
I couldn't possibly impose. Oh.
Don't be silly, he laughed. It's just my grandmother and me at home. It's quite lonely. Having you there would liven things up.
He paused, then added, Please, Rose. Just think of it as keeping my poor grandmother company. His pitiful expression made me laugh despite myself. Unable to refuse his sincerity, I finally agreed. Walking out of the station, a cold wind blew. Seeing this, Ethan immediately took off his own coat and draped it over my shoulders.
Shawn City is much colder than Shenzhen.
I shook my head, but a wave of warmth surged in my heart. Ethan's home was in the old district of S City, a charming two-story building from a bygone era. A silver-haired old lady stood at the kitchen door, watching us with a beaming smile.
Hello, Ethan. Who is this young lady?
Her gaze fell on me, and she said happily,
Oh, you brought such a beautiful girl home.
I shyly lowered my head.
Grandma, this is Rose. She's my friend.
Oh, hello, dear. Come on in. Get warm.
Eleanor busied herself cooking dumplings while Ethan
Let me take that for you.
helped carry my suitcase to the guest room. The room wasn't big, but it was clean and tidy. The bedding smelled of sunshine.
Have a rest. Dumplings will be ready soon.
Ethan said gently. I nodded, sat on the edge of the bed, and watched the snowflakes fall outside the window.
For the first time, I feel the warmth of home.
That evening, we sat around the dining table, eating steaming hot dumplings. Eleanor kept piling food onto my plate.
You can come any time. My door is always open for you.
I smiled and nodded, my heart feeling warm. After eating, Ethan suggested a walk in the nearby park. The winter park was nearly empty, except for a few couples huddled together, enjoying the rare quiet. We walked slowly along the lake, neither of us speaking. Snowflakes drifted down gently, landing on us like a thin, soft veil.
Thank you, Ethan. I broke the silence.
Whispering.
For what? Thank you for taking me in, for giving me a warm haven.
Ethan looked at me, a teasing smile playing on his lips.
How about we pay you with your hand in marriage?
I was startled for a second, then pretended to snort haughtily.
In your dreams.
Despite my words, a tiny ripple stirred in my heart.
So, tell me, how will you repay me? I did rescue you from the dire straits at the station after all.
I laughed at his exaggerated tone, deliberately frowning.
A hero. More like trying to blackmail me.
I think. That evening, we sat around the dining table, eating steaming hot dumplings. Eleanor kept piling food onto my plate.
You can come any time. My door is always open for you.
I smiled and nodded, my heart feeling warm. After eating, Ethan suggested a walk in the nearby park. The winter park was nearly empty, except for a few couples huddled together, enjoying the rare quiet. We walked slowly along the lake, neither of us speaking. Snowflakes drifted down gently, landing on us like a thin, soft veil.
Thank you, Ethan. I broke the silence.
Whispering.
For what?
Thank you for taking me in, for giving me a warm haven.
Ethan looked at me, a teasing smile playing on his lips.
How about we pay you with your hand in marriage?
I was startled for a second, then pretended to snort haughtily.
In your dreams.
Despite my words, a tiny ripple stirred in my heart.
So, tell me, how will you repay me? I did rescue you from the dire straits at the station after all.
I laughed at his exaggerated tone, deliberately frowning.
A hero. More like trying to blackmail me.
I think.